Okay, moving on to the next question. How long does it take to get into IT for non-IT individual? I think this is the most asked question today, because everyone who really starts his or her journey in IT, they always ask me that, Naman, how long will it take for me if I am getting into this role, or if I am getting into this process of becoming an IT engineer, how long will it take to land me a job? And this is a good question. So over to you, Anuj, if you can just let us know how long does it take?
Honestly speaking, in my experience, I think it depends on individual to individual. But I would say, I mean, 3 to 4 months, it's needed to get into IT. And thanks to you, you created such a platform where non-IT guys can land and then onboard to IT very smoothly and seamlessly. Thank you, Nagar.
Exactly.
This is my views.
Yes, you're right, Anuj. That it depends on every individual. You won't believe, guys. One of the student, Esther, she landed the job after 3 days of completing her course. There is a guy who took 12 months to get a job. So generally, we have seen that people who really work hard, they go through our projects, they go through our curriculum and everything, and if they're rigorously going for different interviews after every, let's imagine that after every interval of 3 days, 2 days, you're getting into the interviews. That's gonna be boosting your chances of getting into IT. So make sure, as Samuel said, remember that you need to have a very good resume. You need to have you need to prepare before you go next time in the interview. But this should be rigorous enough that every now and then you are getting into the you're getting into the interviews. That's very important. Okay. And Anuj, what do you think that what are the easiest entry point? Do you think that cloud or project manager or maybe Scrum Master are like, is any one of the course do you think can really help a student to get as quick as they can into IT?
No, man, it totally depends on the interest because these are the fields. I mean, any non-IT can jump into it. Like, if they have interest in the management, they can easily jump into the Scrum Master, or if they have interest in the IT, right? I mean, in this, then they can jump into cloud, and the cloud itself, we have a lot of ways to get into based on the interest.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. So, guys, Anuj said a very important thing that it depends on the interest. That's one important thing before you choose your career. And second important thing is that all these courses or maybe all these skill sets do not require any prior IT background, or you can just jump into it, start learning in your own fashion. There are so many platforms which are available to upskill yourself, including Thinkcloudly, and and you can just keep learning. And exactly, it can take 3 to 4 months. This is the most ideal situation we find, that where people get into IT in 3 to 4 months. But yes, it can take bit longer. But entire process is dependent on how many number of interviews you attend. Frequently, there are some people who always come to me and tell me that, Naman, I am attending interviews every other day, and I'm very surprised at how are you guys managing it? But they do it, and that's when we see that those people get their job real quick. So the next question, basically someone is asking, did you get the job in the UK? It seems the cloud jobs are more in America than UK. Guys, so Samuel, do you want to answer this question? Someone is asking a question for you. Did you get the job in UK?
I live in the US, so I got the job in the US. I believe IT is the only industry that once you have certification, it's applicable anywhere in the world. I can tell you, like my background, I actually lived in Africa, lived in West Africa, South Africa, studied there. And by the time I migrated to the US, it took me less than 2 years to find my feet back into IT field. Now, what I mean is that, when you come to the US as an immigrant, it depends on the people around you that determines your focus. unless you know what you want before migrating to the US, before you can actually get your feet. But if you're migrating and you get to the US, people around you, if they are nurses, they'll tell you that nurse is the best, being nursing is the best. If they are doing carpentry, they will tell you carpentry is the best. But you have to be focused, because IT is a general language that's applicable to every industry. So what I'm going to advise is that if you're in the UK and you have your certification, Thinkcloudly is here to help you build your resume to the UK industry. And once your resume, I know they'll be using curriculum vitae. If it's for the UK market, Thinkcloudly can build your resume for the UK market. And once it's done that way, and you're able to defend your resume, be rest assured you'll get the job.
Exactly. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for answering this question. So, guys, the market is big right now, and I think IT is the organization which gives you a flexibility that it doesn't matter where are you working from. You be in Asia, you work for North America. You be in Africa, you work for Canadian market. You be in UK, you work for US market. So now the point is not that you find the job in the same country. The point is to get a job. It doesn't matter if you are trying for an overseas opportunity, but still you will be working from your home country. And this is very well possible now only in IT industry, because everything is on the cloud, everything is online, everything is all about the collaboration. Tools like MS Teams, Zoom, these tools have actually made all these processes very simple. That is why people around the globe, they are able to collaborate with each other, working on the same project from different countries. And maybe the company is in US and they are working from the globe, across the globe. So that's why people who are in UK, people who are in Africa, people who are in different part of the world, rest assured about the opportunity. You just have to apply jobs as much as you can, so that you can land a job in any country, in any company. But coming to the market specific question, that whether I'll get a job in US market or UK market or Canada market, honestly speaking, every country or every government is leveraging IT right now, because IT has money. If IT has money, government gets money. So if you talk about UK, if you talk about US, if you say that US has more opportunities than UK, that's not true, because US has more number of people as well who are competing for the same job. Whereas in UK, you have less number of people, less opportunities as compared to US, but the opportunities is less, but the competition is also less. So that is why, don't think that you cannot get the job. You're just fighting for that one job, one vacancy, which will be filled by you. Okay, so moving on to the next part, which is again our expert. So Samuel, this is the question for you. What are the best career options in IT? How can I start? As maybe Samuel, as I said in the starting, that we offer 25 IT programs, but still people get confused that what are the best career options. So according to you, Samuel, if you can just take 1 or 2 moments, 2 to 3 minutes, and tell us and guide our audience that what are the best career options in IT.
Okay. There's no career option, you know what I'm saying, that is in IT. It depends on individuals' interests. I will still use myself as an example. When I was growing up, I liked to break stuff and just put them together. So from start, I just like to be very inquisitive to know what's going on with any kind of device, electronic device. That's what really gave me that that desire to say, okay, engineering, IT, So I believe that it depends on your strengths, your interest, what you like to do. If you're a coder, if you feel that you are good in programming, then you start building your coding skills. If you are good in infrastructure, A+, you can start with A+ and start coupling computers together. If you are good in networking, you feel that, okay, this is my area, because I know some in IT, it has different areas. So you have to make sure you understand your interest and begin to follow that path. If you are someone that you like to manage people, you want to go into project management, you want to go into Scrum, there are so many areas, but it actually depends on you and your area of interest.
Exactly, you're right. That every area has a very good opportunities. Whether you choose cloud, AI, but it all about your interest and the expertise you gain over the time. So guys, honestly, you have to give a try, or you can just consult with with your seniors, or maybe some friends who are already in IT, or you can contact us. By knowing your interests, by asking few questions, we will be able to determine your interest, where you can basically play the best, what is your strength, and based on your strength we can suggest you the best career option. And as Samuel said, there is nothing called a best career option. Everything is actually best if you try your best to get into that area where you actually aspire to work. So you can always contact us, and if required, we will assign some of the expert for the better consultation, and based on your interest, based on your strength, we will suggest you. Because you know what, last time, guys, I just take one more minute over here, but last time one of the student who reached out to me, he said, I have worked as a supervisor for last 10 years. And I said, if you have worked as a supervisor, it means you already have that acumen of managing a team, of managing a project, or maybe managing a work which is going on in front of you. So that is why we always recommend that go for project management in that case, because you already have a supervising experience. And it's all about logically understanding the concepts. It's all about making sure that everything is in place and you understand everything, and then taking decisions. That's about project manager. So I suggested him that, and I think any expert would suggest that, because that's the real acumen he had.